Hello everyone, my name is Polina Dineva and I am a New Jersey Watershed Ambassador. Today we'll be discussing the greenhouse effect. Before we begin our discussion, I would like to give you some background on myself. I am a member of the New Jersey Watershed Ambassadors Program, which is part of AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps is a national service organization in which adults can volunteer their time and service to help their communities. There are a variety of AmeriCorps programs across the nation. Some AmeriCorps members build homes in response to natural disasters. Other members teach young children how to read. My program is sponsored by the Corporation for National and Community Service, as well as the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, and it gives me the opportunity to create new environmental stewards through education, outreach, and partnership projects. We will begin our discussion with a few questions. What is the greenhouse effect? Why is it important? This is a great moment to pause the presentation and discuss these questions with your peers. The greenhouse effect is a process that involves a variety of greenhouse gases. The most popular greenhouse gases include carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Let's dive into this process further using the diagram on the right. The sun emits short rays towards the Earth. Some of these rays do not reach the Earth's surface because they are immediately reflected back into space by clouds. The rays that do pass the clouds are absorbed by the Earth's surface. They are then radiated back towards space as longer rays. This moment is critical. Greenhouse gases do an excellent job of absorbing the energy of longer wavelengths. As the long rays make their way back towards space, the greenhouse gases absorb some of the outgoing heat and transmit it back towards Earth's surface. In effect, the greenhouse gases are trapping the sun's heat and making the Earth much warmer. Based on this diagram, do you think the greenhouse gases and the greenhouse effect is necessary? Is it dangerous? Take some time to think about these questions before moving forward. Although the greenhouse effect has a negative stigma, it is necessary. In fact, our survival depends on the presence of greenhouse gases. A planet without greenhouse gases may undergo large fluctuations in daytime and nighttime temperatures. Mercury is a wonderful example. According to Harvard University, daytime temperatures on Mercury can reach 806 degrees Fahrenheit due to its proximity from the sun. At night, however, temperatures fall to negative 297 degrees Fahrenheit. All of the heat that Mercury receives from the sun during the day is lost at night because it completely lacks greenhouse gases. Our atmosphere is critical to our survival, and greenhouse gases allow us to live comfortably. Unfortunately, some greenhouse gases take much longer to escape our atmosphere than others. To better understand this, let's compare water vapor and carbon dioxide. Believe it or not, water vapor is also a greenhouse gas. It is rarely discussed as part of the greenhouse effect because it is expelled quickly. As water vapor builds up in the atmosphere, it condenses and is expelled in the form of precipitation. This is commonly referred to as the water cycle, and it does an excellent job of ensuring that water vapor does not linger in our atmosphere for long periods of time. Other greenhouse gases go through their own cycles of expulsion. Carbon dioxide, for example, undergoes the carbon cycle. The carbon cycle is not nearly as efficient as the water cycle, and carbon dioxide can linger in our atmosphere for up to 100 years before it is repurposed. Today, humans are producing too much carbon dioxide. The carbon cycle cannot keep up with the higher levels of carbon dioxide, and the Earth is beginning to undergo man-made global warming. Where do you think this extra heat is going? Do you think the extra heat is being distributed evenly throughout the world? This is another great moment to pause the presentation and discuss these questions before moving forward. Most of the extra heat is absorbed by our oceans. This extra heat promotes the melting of large ice sheets and glaciers. It also promotes thermal expansion, a process in which water expands as it becomes warmer. Both processes contribute to global sea level rise. Coastal communities are already beginning to reel from sea level rise. In the future, we can anticipate more high tide flooding, more storms, and stronger storm surges. We must also prepare for inland impacts, especially in communities that are located alongside tidal streams or rivers. A small portion of the extra heat is absorbed by the atmosphere, continents, and other systems. The effects of the heat will not be evenly distributed throughout the world. Studies have found that areas prone to specific weather patterns might experience a magnification of these patterns. Flood-prone areas, for example, will experience additional flooding. Drought-prone areas will experience additional or prolonged drought periods. Regions with high temperatures will continue to warm faster than colder regions. In addition to preparing for the upcoming effects of global warming, we must take steps to decrease our greenhouse emissions. The next few slides pertain to New Jersey-specific data. As of 2018, New Jersey greenhouse gas emissions totaled 97 million metric tons. According to the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, quote, as with previous inventory years, the four leading sources of greenhouse gas emissions in 2018 are transportation, electricity generation, commercial and industrial fossil fuel use, and residential fossil fuel use. This chart translates the information on the previous slide as percentages. As previously stated, transportation leads the pack with 40.6 million metric tons, or 42% of New Jersey's greenhouse gas emissions. In order to curtail our greenhouse gas emissions, the state passed the New Jersey Global Warming Response Act. The goal of the Global Warming Response Act is to decrease our greenhouse emissions to 24.1 million metric tons by 2050. As of 2018, 86% of New Jersey's emissions were attributable to energy demand and transportation. This statistic presents a large opportunity. As cleaner energy and transportation options become more affordable, the state might be able to invest in cleaner alternatives to reach its goal by 2050. Nationally, New Jersey appears to be at the forefront of this movement. Moving forward, every nation must do its part to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. This can be accomplished through large-scale legislature or through grassroots movements. If you would like to get involved, you can begin by calculating your personal carbon footprint using the Global Footprint Network or similar sites. Once you have your results, you can create a list of changes that you can make to decrease your personal carbon footprint. I have included some suggestions on the right-hand side of this slide to help get you started. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation and for taking part in this important discussion. If you are interested in our other presentations or in upcoming events, please check us out on social media. If you have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us directly. We look forward to serving you in any way that we can.